Happy Tuesday morning. It's going to be a nice, pleasant day here in the Ozarks, but today we're going to be jumping down to the Sunshine State to take a look at some flooding in Florida. Hi, I'm meteorologist Tom Schmidt with Ozarks First in Springfield, Missouri, and for today's Science with Schmidt, taking a look at this video here from Zeke Ozek. This one is pretty incredible to see. Again, the floodwaters. This is Key West, Florida, very popular destination for you. This is up on his Twitter page, and yeah, it's again a lot of water, a lot of flooding. This is what a lot of folks are dealing with down in Key West, Florida. And Florida right now, believe it or not, is actually in a pretty intense drought, and so the rain is needed, but this is the most rain that Key West has seen since Hurricane Ian back in 2022. Some spots of Key West reporting 6 inches to 7 inches of rainfall there. So heavy flooding. Of course, you're seeing plenty of cars driving through the water, which is not really a good thing. We'll always say turn around and don't drown. But again, flooding in Florida right now being a very serious thing. And by the way, many folks don't know this, but Florida is actually the flattest state in the United States. And so it usually doesn't take a lot of rain. It might be just an inch or two to cause some flooding in the streets, as they are the flattest state. You might think, oh, I thought that was Kansas, or maybe that was Nebraska. But no, it's Florida. Looking at a topographic map, Florida is the flattest state in the United States. All right, so good video there again from Zeke Ozek down in Key West, Florida. He's a storm spotter for them, a weather watcher locally down in Key West, Florida for you. All right, so here we go, taking a look now at our systems. You can see the rain and radar. It came through yesterday, most of the rain did on Monday, and it was just heavy. So there's Key West. There was a long period of rain with round one, and another quick burst of rain showers to move in after that. And this system from yesterday, they call it a Gulf Coast low. It skirted around the Gulf Coast and went down into the Florida, again, peninsula. And it was a little stronger. It did create some stronger winds. There was a tornado risk with this. I haven't seen any reports of tornadoes out of Florida with this storm from Monday. But again, some higher winds of 40 to 50 miles an hour were certainly recorded near the Fort Myers, Florida area. So zooming out, you can see again the state was in a drought, so this rainfall is much needed for them, and they just got hammered all across the Florida main body, from the peninsula all the way down to the Keys. A lot of rainfall for them. How much rain do they see? Well, again, parts of Key West saw 3 to 4 inches of rainfall being picked up there, but some measurements coming in over 7 inches. Again, that would be the most rain since Hurricane Ian back in 2022. And if we zoom on out, we can see it wasn't just the Keys that saw rain, it was also the main body. We had 2 inches of rain in Tampa, 1 inch of rain in Melbourne. On the Atlantic coast, Miami, West Palm Beach, picking up not as much, 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch here and there. Pockets of around 1 inch around Orlando, then over 1.5 inches near Fort Myers. But a good looking rainfall for them. And again, if we take a look at that drought monitor, we can see that yes, they were in that severe drought category to a moderate drought. A lot of the state, especially where they saw those heavy rainfall totals, needed the rain. And so they got it. They got plenty of it, and some would say too much of it here and there, especially down across Key West. Very popular tourist destination. All right, so zooming out, taking a look now at the drought monitor nationwide, you can see really, really bad drought, exceptional to extreme drought, developing across Southern California. Remember, they had those big wildfires there earlier in the year, not being helped out by the dry conditions. They've seen some rain over there recently, so good news for them, but still dry. Southern Arizona, southern Nevada, down towards parts of southern New Mexico, and around the El Paso area, and down in the southwest corner of Texas, near Mexico, seeing some pretty bad drought there. Also, Austin, San Antonio, dealing with some pretty intense drought across there. Here locally in the Ozarks, it's okay. We had some snow last week. We are starting to dry out with moderate to dry conditions building in. All right, so what's our current setup? Okay, there's a couple things going on. We have high pressure to the west of us and south of us, and a little storm system going through the Great Lakes, bringing through a weak cold front to the middle part of the country. It's weak, though, so high pressure to the west. We'll continue to see a west wind today in southern Missouri and northern Arkansas, and that'll bring in some warmer air. They had 70s and even 80s across Oklahoma and parts of Texas yesterday. That warm pocket of air is going to continue to nose its way into the Ozarks. We're going to be looking at, again, a lot of 70s. And really, the bottom half of the country is going to be pretty warm for today. Not much cold air out there. The jet stream is way up north, the storm track hugging the U.S.-Canadian border, and dipping those storm systems down across the Great Lakes region, like we're seeing right there. And that storm track is going to stay there all week long into early parts of next week. It's not going to be till probably next Tuesday, next Wednesday, that storm track may start to shift a little farther south. But for this week, into the weekend, March begins on Saturday, it's going to be a mostly warm weather and pleasant weather all across the country. So for today, here locally, looking at 70 degrees and sunny. The west wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. There are some rain chances. One of them moves in for Wednesday. There's another weak cold front moving through, but not much going to develop there. Mostly staying dry, and will stay dry through the weekend. And then a larger storm that could dip a little farther southward starts to move in Monday, and then really starts to materialize Tuesday and Wednesday with a chance of rain and even a few thunderstorms. Could be a severe weather day for folks on the Gulf Coast and the southeast, even parts of Arkansas. Could be dealing with some strong to severe storms Tuesday into Wednesday. Farther northward, it's a little early to tell, again, about a week out from now, so instability may try to push up a little farther northward, but that cold air pressing in from the north might squash those chances. But right now, it looks mild through Tuesday of next week, about March 4th, March 5th. And then behind this more defined area of low pressure, the winter feel is going to start creeping back in again. Nothing crazy cold for us here in Missouri and Arkansas and Oklahoma and Kansas, but probably get us back down to the 40s and 30s for highs, and overnight's probably back down to the 20s and possibly some teens for the end of next week. That'll be March 6th and 7th. And then going into next weekend, could be a little chillier there too. Folks in Minnesota, upper Midwest, into the upper plains, yeah, we're back at it again with more cold. All right. We've been dealing with some snow on the ground recently, and I want to show some videos here for us. So one of those videos came in from Lake of the Ozarks. Here we go. Dogs having fun playing in the snow. This is up at Lake of the Ozarks from Jeff Tebow. And just a lot of fun out there. A lot of the snow has melted, okay? Put things in perspective. We were 7 degrees last Tuesday afternoon. This Tuesday, we're looking at being 70. So we're going to go from 7 degrees to 70 degrees in a 1 week period. So we had all the snow on the ground last week, and it's mostly gone, but man, oh man, a lot of dogs and a lot of folks just enjoy that snow. It was a good one. And speaking of that snow, we've got some pictures coming in here. One of my favorites, we'll go ahead and call it the picture of the day, if you will. This is from Kelly Nystrom in Rogersville. Always a classic to see cardinals out in the snow, because it was during the snowstorm on last Tuesday, and the snow just kind of blew on through for them there. And it was, it was a good snow. We had about 6.5 inches of snow, but yeah, always a classic one there. The male and the female cardinal weathering a storm out on the deck. So thank you so much, Kelly Nystrom, for sending that in for us to see. Well, you may have pictures of your own. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into how you can submit your own pictures. Basically, you're going to go to ozarsfirst.com, and you'll click on the Contact Us tab at the top right. Scroll over to the second bullet point under Report It. Click on that, and that'll take you to this next website where you can submit your pictures. It's a pretty easy process. So this is the website it'll pull you up to, and there you go. Submit up to 6 pictures or video. We'll take them all. Both of that, the dogs in the snow video and the picture there from Kelly of the Cardinals came in through this process, and it's pretty simple. We've got people send stuff to us all the time when we see this weather events, snow or storms come in. But we're going to try to start expanding this. If you have a good sunset, we'd love to see it. If you've got something fun going on, even just a good day in the backyard, a nice fire in the evening, we want to see it. We'd be happy to share it, and maybe you'll be on here next as today's picture winner. All right, well, thank you so much for watching. This has been your Science with Schmidt segment, plus a look around the Ozarks of what's going on and some national headlines in the weather. And please tune in when you can, and join us here next time for Science with Schmidt every day in the mid-morning. Have a good Tuesday.